Alright, stay tuned, guys. Sorry, we're a little bit late to start. It's been... Oh, man, I look awful. Ugh. We are just getting back into the swing of things. Dragon Con is over. Sauna's back, and we're going to talk feature pack stuff for the final week. So, stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 110 of the Chronicles Interior Podcast. I am Lagwin, and this is a Gw2 Podcast for fans by fans. I almost forgot, but I didn't. I'm Lagwin, and I am joined once again for the first time in a long time by Son. So welcome back.
Yay! I missed podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's glad to have you back, and I'm sure all the art fans are super excited to have you back. Although Alu was doing a good job holding down the fort in the meantime.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we have some stuff going on. Feature pack, just final information was released this morning, so we'll be talking about that. Given our opinions and things like that, so we will we'll be getting into that. So, but first, thank you to everybody who's watching us live, by the way, all 6 of you, appreciate it. And again, I'm super sorry, iTunes. I'm like 7 episodes behind. I'm real bad. So, we're gonna be having. I just got some new art, by the way, from Son the other day. So we're gonna have some new clothing coming out. We're also working on redesigning. Actually, I think, are we done with the new logo?
Yeah.
We are. That is done. That's official. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was going anywhere further from where it was.
You put your stamp on it. The moment you figured it didn't finalize. We covered this already, Lay.
What?
Oh my god, you have such bad con brain right now.
No, I remember talking about that. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't. I know that I stamped the final design. I just didn't know if there needed to be any like tweaking with PNGs versus JPEGs versus whatever to get the finalized or a vectorized version so we could scale it or things like that.
That's already. Yep. That's already done.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I don't remember. I don't know resolutions and things.
Well,
so...
basically what it is if you need a different resolution than what we have with what we have right now in the email, then we just have to talk to our lovely buddy Grafer and just get him to export a new one.
Okay.
Like, we need this 20 times smaller, or we need this a billion times bigger, or whatever. He'll just do it.
Okay,
Done.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, better safe than sorry.
Yes, that is also true.
Do you have a copy of that easily accessible? Because we'll show it up. If it's just in my email, I can grab it. But you know what? I'll let you do that. I'll keep chatting.
Yes.
Keep
Okay.
people going. So, wow. Remember when we used to do memes every episode? That's been a while. Questions of the week. Remember those? I even put one out there not that long ago. Didn't get any takers on that, so that's fine.
Which one do you want? The really condensed one or the long, skinny one?
I don't know. What do you think will look best?
Here, I got it.
Whoa.
What?
No, I started to see it appear on your screen there for a second, and then,
Yeah. That's because I accidentally maximized it across 2 monitors.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Boom. Can you folks see that? Let's, you know what? Here, let's make a new... Go. Screen. Capture region. Select region.
What other questions?
There we go. Gotta make it full screen there.
I don't remember how to make it white.
I don't know. So anyway, folks, this is you're starting to see some of it, but someone's playing around. Easy, it's okay. So, you know what? Why don't I just leave that till you figure out what you're gonna do, and I'll keep going.
There we go.
Okay. We got it now?
This looks so much better when it's not on the dark gray background.
Okay, there it is, folks. That is the new, updated, more simple Chronicles Interior logo. This is what we'll be running with. We'll be making merchandise for this shortly. We're still gonna hang on to the art that was done on the logo we were using. This is the new one. This is what we will be using. We like this. It gets the point across, and it's simplistic enough. It's also easy to draw if anybody else wants to mess around with it. So.
Yeah, well, the whole reason for this is Grayfer actually spent quite a few months trying the stuff that we supplied him, the draft. Like, he spent a lot of it, pretty much, like, most of his spare time, from what I've gathered, trying to make them work, but he couldn't get them uniform, and then in a flurry of, like, an epiphany of ideas, we suddenly came up with this. So, yeah.
And it seems to be the people that are watching live seem to be giving it some praise, so... we also figured if we wanted to ever expand Chronicles of Tyria, or at least CoT at the very least, to encompass other games in the future, that logo is more generic, so it works more than the other one, which is very clearly Guild Wars 2. We could take it to other places if we'd like to. So anyway, let's do some mailbag. If you see the mailbag logo on screen, you're like, man, that's some crazy cool art. I wonder where that's from. Well, that is... Huh?
No, carry on.
Okay.
That was accidentally out loud.
Oh, that's from our good friend Vasburg. You can check him out at Vasburg.com. He's an awesome artist. That's a thing that you should do. So mailbag. We got a lot of mailbag. Actually, not really. It's mostly on... last podcast, 109, which was live from DragonCon with Alu and I. Robovin says, I don't know why, but I just can't help but imagine Lag has been out drinking all night, has a wicked hangover, and is using the shades to block the light to avoid the massive hangover pain from light. LOL. No, I was not out all night and hungover. I did just complete an 18-hour drive, though, so it's almost like being hungover.
Yeah.
I did actually get to meet another one of my guildies on the way down. I stopped off in Virginia and met Willow, which was another one of our guildies, so that was fun. We got some late-night food at Waffle House there, and then I continued on to Georgia, where I met Alu, and you guys got to see, it was maybe Actually, I ended up, funny story, I was like, we need to do like the podcast and stuff. And I was like, okay. And like I laid down on the bed and I passed out for like 3 hours. And Alu woke me up like a half an hour, like 15 minutes to a half an hour. She's like, we have to do the podcast. And I was like, well, podcast. Let's just do it. So I woke up literally and was like, had to set everything up, and then we did the podcast.
I am glad then that I missed that. Extra glad, because I felt bad because I had a scheduling conflict, and then it was all like, wait, no, they're in a hotel, so this is probably a good thing.
Yeah, and then it turns out that the hotel internet was slower than the internet that my phone as a mobile hotspot could be. So there's really no way I probably would have been able to patch you in and have it work. Yep, there you go. Alu says in the chat, that's exactly how it went, how he said everything. So there you go. How do you make somebody a moderator? I don't know.
You magically did it to me, and all I knew is I have a sword now, and it makes me happy.
There you go, did it. Made Al Carlina moderator. It says OP user. Like, that's what it said, so I was a little confused. Emma says, love Alu's look, and then responded slightly later with, Lag, you're looking good too. So thank you, Emma, for not leaving me out in the cold there. And then Alaska, who is awesome, says, waves from Alaska, and then said, missed you guys in game. Till I see you again, I'll be dancing in Divinity's Reach / Lion's Arch - a pink char. And thank you, because you are here live.
Yes. Mr. Grand Fluffiness is here.
Yes.
That's the new nickname I decided to give her just now.
Alright. And again, sorry I totally spaced on this. There's no recordings going up this week, Lagging the Ladies or Let's Lore, partially because Casey, as most of you know, left, so we have a gaping hole in both shows that we are scrambling to try and fill. So there's that, for one. And the second is I was in the process of still driving home, and so was Alu, when we were, like, I didn't get home till 4 a.m. Tuesday morning, so I couldn't have done the recording if I wanted to. So we'll be resuming next week. Be rest assured we are diligently trying to figure out who we want to fill the void for both shows, because it's obviously a problem that we're missing, especially in Guild Wars 2, because it's 5-man content almost all over the place, and we're down to 4 people. So we had some people fill in last week, but we're going to try to fix that and get someone more permanent, if possible. If not, we may have to cycle in guest people, but it won't work as well for playing through the story like originally planned. So you'd be on the lookout for that. Also, and if you guys noticed last week, but since Son is back, we now have color comics again. So, yay for that. We also had a new one come out yesterday. It was still on Wednesday, so it still counts, because even though it was 11 o'clock last night, it's still New Comic Day. So I just posted the link there in the chat. So yeah, how does it feel to get back to being able to do things in color?
So much easier for line art. Oh my god.
Yeah?
Because a lot of okay, here's how I do the backgrounds. I scribble and then I put the line art over top. Whereas the other way, when I was doing black and white, I was actually having to think about the backgrounds instead of just like seeing what shapes showed up later. So it's not fun going back and coloring those. If you watch, they will sort of stealth go in color. Mm-hmm. It's a little difficult because I'm trying to remember what all the lines mean again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we will eventually, again, get our colorized versions of our black and white comics, which I feel was like 6. I don't know if that's the exact number, but you got your work cut out for you.
I know.
We may
It just,
possibly cop out in the future and make that like, hey, look, we did this, but we just re-release an old issue in color. But yeah, we'll have to
yeah,
see what
depending on
happens.
how scheduling works.
Yeah,
We'll see.
so all right. So shoutouts. Shoutouts.
Oh yeah, I have shoutouts.
Yeah, you do?
I do.
Oh boy, let's hear it.
You want to go ahead?
Nope, nope. You go first.
Oh, get the card. Do you have the
I
card?
already put the
Yes.
card up and I put it down. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, shoutouts.
the stream lag. I'm not
Oh,
used to the
stream
stream
lag.
lag again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Alucardalina for keeping you company while I totally poofed on you there for the last few sessions.
Yeah.
So thanks, gal.
Mm-hmm.
Really appreciate it. And shout out to my fellow CoT artists there, Grafer and Club, for their hard work and continued hard work.
Okay, yeah, they've been doing a lot of good stuff. We're gonna have more art coming out, so be on the lookout for that. Again, there's going to be more T-shirts and things like that. If there's a specific article of clothing or drinkware or whatever that you really want to see, let me know, because most of the things are available through Cafe Press. I just didn't want to go through and add. Like last time, I had literally put our logo on everything you could possibly imagine, and like it was just too much. So I shortened the list to a small amount, and now I'm just mass applying whatever the new art is to that. But if there's something specific that you want a certain piece of art in that version, let me know, and I will gladly go in and make that adjustment. So just keep that in mind for the future. As far as shoutouts go, yeah, I would have to say shoutouts to Al Cardelina again for helping and being there at DragonCon, helping me finish up last minute stuff on my costume, things that I need to work on, and also to White, who was also there for taking pictures, and again to both of them for helping. And it was kind of a symbiotic relationship where we helped each other not spend as much money by joining for hotel rooms. So we didn't each have to pay separate. We all just kind of conglomerated into one. So thank you. All right. So you, Son, graciously did all the work for me and put in all the links. So let's talk about all the links. So
all the links.
First link you put in here, was the miniatures and finishers in your wardrobe. They really definitely did save the best updates for last, because the PvP, the competitive updates were a joke. They basically should have just left that week. They should have just left that week out completely. It was stupid. Like there was nothing good. I'm honestly at this point in my life, I'm done being I won't be biased with things. No, the PvP week was pointless. Like there was nothing in there that deserved to be called out as its own week in the feature pack.
Yeah.
Gone. Get rid of the first week. Second week, I call it Rage Week, because all it did was piss people off that play the game currently. Because it's like, guess what? We're now China. We get level up rewards. We have to wait for personal story to unlock it in chunks. But hey, we're going to give you some cool new backpacks for crafting. So that's cool. And we're going to give you rewards for leveling up, because leveling up in and of itself wasn't enough of a reward for you because we changed the trait system. Now we're just going to give you stuff for leveling up.
Well, yeah, they didn't need to do the rewards, but I did like the idea of the splash, but we can argue about that later.
Okay, Gw2, yes, we did get standard models for PvP. That was something, at least, to make it a little bit easier for us. But anyway, this week is what I call we're really trying to redeem the past 2 weeks week. Which, I don't know if it goes that far, but it definitely makes a step in the right direction. So, as you know, last feature pack, the wardrobe was introduced. So this feature pack naturally makes sense to make improvements on that and add functionality to it. So first up, pretty small time, outfits are now their own section within the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Simple, makes sense. You can also see all of the outfits that are now available, rather than only really seeing the ones that are that you have unlocked. You can see all of them, which also means you can preview them now, all of the different outfits, which is
Yeah,
good.
which are. Oh, I'm so happy about that because, like, in the store, that's crap for preview. And 2, it always defaults to heavy armor. Things like the masks and stuff always defaults to heavy armor. So you can never see what it looks like.
Yeah.
On your character.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, again, that's a little quality of life thing, but surprising that it took this long to get there. So what else do we have? After that, finishers in the wardrobe. This, I'm surprised it took them this long for this. So now there's a tab for finishers. You can see all the ones you have unlocked, all the ones that are to possibly be unlocked, and you can preview the finishers in-game now. Brilliant idea, because previously you had to go to Dolphy or YouTube to try to see somebody else's video previewing it, which is only from, their third-person perspective. Now you can actually see them yourself in-game, zoomed in, up close, full animation.
Yeah. They should have had that in a long, long time ago.
Probably should have been one of the first things they did.
Yeah. Like, as part of introducing finishers. I mean, really.
So then there's a miniatures are being added. They're being pulled out of the bank collections tab and being thrown into the wardrobe. So this also comes with a mini slot, which we've all been talking about for a long time, for you to just have one mini appear. So you can have that.
Every time you go into a map, you won't have to friggin' reapply the thing.
True. And now you can see them all there. I think it also says there's a preview for the minis, so you can see what they look like. Which is big, especially if you're like looking to buy one off the trading post and it costs a decent amount of money. You won't be like, is this really worth the money? Let me try to find somebody in game that has one. And like, does anybody have this in Lion's Arch map chat or whatever?
Yeah. Well, especially when some of them have like cute little animations.
And now you can apply minis so that they become account-bound unlocks now, I believe it says. So that you have them on any of your characters can access it. Which I guess is a good thing, because that could also potentially drive up the price of some minis if they're account-bound now. You can get one and it goes for all characters. So some of these slightly harder to find ones should go up in price. I'm thinking like the Black Line ones, like Scarlet, Kaith, and Marjorie, and Mytrin. Still doesn't do anything for my 14 mini Queen Jennas, though. So.
That's why I have the second link there.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. So.
I just broke my program.
But it's a nice way to also make it easier for you to see what you have locked and unlocked.
Well, I like the fact that they're also explicitly maintaining the old functionality of the minis as well, because right now you can use them, and then when you get tired of them, you can sell them on the trading post. So if you use them in the old traditional fashion, you can still do that, but by putting it in your wardrobe, it now becomes explicitly your account.
Right.
So you don't have the item in your inventory anymore, but you have access to like the skin. And it's literally just like part of the function of the wardrobe concept in general.
Right. Yeah, so you can't, and it also, I'm assuming, it's going to prevent you from trying to apply multiple minis so that you can't accidentally lose out on some profit and things like that. So what's this second one here? I didn't actually read this second post that you had there.
The second link, which actually I can link because Cry's is frozen right now. This is what I get for using the experimental versions. That's just a link strictly. The key point part of it is the dev has basically said, we'll keep exploring options in ways that it's all about extra minis, people who have multiples of minis and whatnot. Ways that these extra minis can be used in the future. No promise that anything comes of it, but there is a possibility that something is coming. Like, they're addressing the issue. They're not just going to say, tough, you're screwed, or whatever. I mean, the collections tab in the bank will exist until you pull the minis out. Yeah. So if you just alt-drag your Queen Jenna, and you only pull one out, the other 13 will still stay in that bank slot until you pull the rest out.
Right.
So it's not like you have to destroy them all until they figure out what they're doing with these excess.
No, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, some of the ones you can sell, but yeah, like, I would love if I could throw my Queen Jennas in the Mystic Forge and do something with them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what else am I going to do?
Yeah. I don't know why they kept giving multiples for accounts.
Yeah. Alright, so the next one, also a huge kind of deal, is the second update that came yesterday. The Collections Achievement category. This, I feel like maybe because I read through it quick that I missed something, but and not in a bad way. Just like I didn't get a ton of. I didn't think it was very clear to me, but I only kind of read through it the one time pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, what this is they're now allowing the completionist in you to get points for collecting various things. Some of the examples they use are skins, various armor skins and weapon skins. You'll get achievement points associated with those. And I guess they also said there's new, like, certain items that you can get from certain characters. Like vendors, they said the spoons was something I read. Spoon vendors. Spoon trinkets, rather. And I do recall seeing these. So I guess there are certain renowned vendors that have spoon trinkets that you could equip. And there's going to be a collection for going about and collecting all the spoons. And they're going to add new spoons for you to go find.
Oh, I never knew that there was already existing spoons, but I think that's cool. Because it gives you something to explore. Because, one, aside from collecting skins, it's another reason to go and check back with all the karma merchants. And two, not all the spoons are for merchants. Some of them you have to, like, go and find, like, the little random chests that are in, like, some of the camps and stuff like that.
Right.
The mini-boss chest sort of thing. Like, you just took out an entire camp of enemy Sons of Spania. What I was doing with my friend the other day. There's a chest there. Maybe there's a spoon in it, you know?
Yeah.
The way I read it, at least the way that they first introduced it, is, it kind of helps you guide your way through little steps for each of the collections. So, I mean, like, things like, 5 of 9 rare crafted rare armor. So, like, you know that you're missing some crafting recipes or something like that. Because, I mean, there are some unique skins that you can only buy the recipe. You cannot discover it, but the recipe has to come from a karma merchant, and maybe you just missed it.
Yeah.
Alu. Yeah. For Rusty Spoon, too. It's probably Rusty.
I'm just I typed in spoon in the Guild Wars wiki, Guild Wars 2 wiki. Measuring spoon, cooking spoon, Meattoberfest souvenir spoon, commemorative First Haven metal spoon, commemorative First Haven silver spoon, Roscoe's Campsite famous bean spoon, Imperial Chef Yalang's golden spoon, Ogre Gruel spoon, Ancient Emerald Orion spoon. So these are ones that I remember seeing. Oh, look, Fluttershy. Or Flutterbat, rather, is on your,
my wallpapers.
Yeah, well, it shows up on the podcast now for everybody to see.
I know, because I finally, Control deleted Krita. It froze up real bad. Again, this is what I get for using the experimental versions.
Yeah. Alu says Reddit already has a list of spoons.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's a thing. The unlocks can be found on creatures.
Anything.
Nice.
I never remember when I saved last.
Even better. There are 3 ways an item can be collected. An item can be bound to you, either to your character account, used by you, or unlocked as a skin in your wardrobe. So, usable items are considered collected once they are used. For example, opening a loot bag or eating food. Bound items are collected the moment they are bound. So if you loot a ring that is bound on acquisition, collectible skins counted towards achievements. So like everything you have in your wardrobe already counts towards it. So that's good.
So when we log in, it's gonna be like the wardrobe system all over again, where it's just massive pop-ups galore as you start getting all these achievements. When we started unlocking the skins, and apparently I'm not allowed to fill paint something.
Oh. And it says, one-use items have to be used again, so that one steak that you ate a year ago won't count. Also, any item you own but got rid of will have to be attained again. So, yeah. So I guess, from what I'm gathering from that means you're gonna need to eat one of every single type of food in the game, technically, if that makes sense. Potentially. It might just be like eat X number of different types of food. And then,
it'd be like your sweet tooth and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, that might be how it's designed. So you don't necessarily have to eat one of everything, but it might be like, eat 10 different kinds of steak food, and then that, whatever. So then, a little bit of cleanup, since the minis are moved out of the collectible tab, is now the material storage tab, which also fits more with like the original Guild Wars style of things. So it says deposit all materials rather than deposit collectibles. Item collections will come paired with a slight reorganizing to the achievement panel. All the PvP, World v World, and activity achievements are now located in competitive. Region, boss, and dungeon achievements are now found in general. And the UI for item collection achievements is now used for all achievements. We felt the UI was much cleaner, more straightforward, and would be a welcome change to all achievements. There's also a really interesting picture of a human character in their home instance opening a chest. Looks like. I think it's a home instance, not just Divinity's Reach.
Yeah. That does look like...
It's a different looking chest.
Yeah, that we've never seen that chest before.
No, so I don't know if that's something special that happens, or something you can find, or if that's just something where they kind of allude to what stuff they're going to be doing in the future. So, that's something they added as well. That came out yesterday. And then today was not as big as that, I feel, but still pretty decent. It was a complete overhaul to the way the trading post works, to make it more in line with, say, the Black Lion store. It also removes the 4 tabs into one trading post tab. So you've got home, buy items, sell items, my transactions, and things are much more streamlined. There's searching features. You can search by the type of stats on the armor. You can search by the profession of the armor. You can search by the rarity of the armor. So it allows you to really streamline what you're looking for. So, for instance, now you won't have to type in Berserker's gear and sort through light, medium, and heavy armor when you're looking for one type. You can search by profession so that you'll only get, light, medium, or heavy armor.
Yeah, that was always stupid and pissed me off.
And it looks like you can also search by the value of, like, the example they have shows power and toughness. So it looks like you can put in, like, they have 50 power and 40 toughness. And it'll give you only items that have those values.
Okay, so you don't even have to remember the name.
Yep. So they searched power, toughness, the third attribute they left blank, any profession, all rarities, level 0 to 80, and it pulls up a couple of 11. Let's see, you got sentinels, clerics, and soldiers gear all popped up, and maybe it's just because you've got power as the highest and then toughness as the secondary, and then you just left the third one open to see what else comes up.
Yeah, that makes sense, because like when I was building up my guardian, I wanted toughness primary. I ended up picking Knights because I knew that Knights was toughness primary, but it shows you some more options.
Yep. Also available now. Profession is now filterable. Filter available with the armor. Armor will apply a weight filter, light, medium, heavy, and weapons will... Oh, and weapon, that's why it's not light, medium, heavy. It's profession based, because if you're searching for Mesmer, say, and you're searching for weapons, it'll only show you weapons that Mesmers can use.
Right.
Or that Guardians can use or whatever, so you won't accidentally be like, can my class use a scepter? I think so, and then you buy it and you can't.
Yeah.
Also, you can search by crafting discipline and the level, and so categories are category, subcategory, rarity, level, available now, attributes, profession, bag size, and crafting discipline and level. So, and then they've kind of streamlined the way buying and selling goes, it looks like. You can work in the left side categories, bags and transaction tab, or the unfiltered tier. You can also click on them, I think, to get the full items details as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Oh, it also lists out the listing fees now.
Yeah, so that's not hidden and confusing.
Yeah, the exchange fee and the listing fee are listed when you go to sell something. So you can see how many were ordered, how many are available, the quantity, the minimum unit price, the total price, all that stuff. So it's very open door and clear, so you can see everything. And definitely a lot more.
It took me a long time. I lost a lot of money because I was just selling everything on the trading post without understanding the projected profit thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then I stopped selling anything on the post, and therefore lost money that way.
Yeah, and it looks like they overhauled just the trading post system in general, made it more. It has a bigger team working on it. It's a lot less. It was just like a web application previously, and it's been adjusted so it should perform faster in general, and does allow easier hot fixes to be added in the future. So just overall quality of life stuff to that as well. So
that's good, because it took a long time for that thing to load.
Yeah, so it should load a lot faster. If they have to do maintenance, it should be able to get back up faster. And they should be able to drop in hot fixes if something happens or crashes, or say they add a new type of gear or something. Then they can just make the updates to make the trading post have the search filter for that. Gw2 says maybe no more error messages. That would be great. Yeah. I would love that. So, also, kind of unrelated, thank you to everybody who started coming out. I feel the YouTube and the Twitter account for Chronicles of Tyria has skyrocketed in subscribers and followers, and I feel out of nowhere. We are 7 subscribers away from 600 subscribers on YouTube, and it seems like those came out of nowhere. We hit 500 a while back, and we've been kind of stagnant at 500 for a long time. And then in the past few weeks, just the numbers have started climbing and climbing to the point where we hit 593. So.
Uh-oh.
What?
That means I'm going to have to come up with a 600 idea.
Yeah. I don't really know what we're going to do. I mean, 600 is not as huge a milestone as, say, 500 or 250 or 100. I feel like the next real big one will be 1,000 subscribers, but I feel like that's a way off based on anything. But I'm starting to think it's because so many other podcasts and things kind of have started to disappear, and we're one of the only ones that puts out content on a regular basis.
No, it's because we're awesome.
Oh, that's that. That's why. Yeah, awesome.
Don't cheapen this.
Well, yeah. So I think that was it for the feature pack updates. So that comes out on Tuesday, so we're waiting for that.
I should pull back up the notes.
And you have something here for clarification on the fresh start post?
Yeah, because I was watching that. I'm still trying to catch up, and it's taking me forever to catch up on the podcast that I missed. I have a friend, and like I've actually had to tutor her on how to play the game because she just gets so lost in the GUI and stuff like that. So, um, I know that one of the biggest problems that you were having with the leveling thing is the fact that it seems like they're gating content, but they're not. They're just making it less accessible for the first go around.
Which
Because the
this
thing
sounds
is
like
you can
gating.
still get into PvP if you know how, or if you just look up how do you do it.
Well,
You can still do it.
From what it said in the article, the buttons at the top that you use to go to PvP and World v World will not be visible unless you've already unlocked it at some point.
You'll probably it'll probably be grayed out.
It says they're not even there, according to the article says like they will be hidden until you reach the appropriate level. Unless you've already been to that on a different account, then you'll be able to just go in. So.
But the thing is it also says that you can just go to Lion's Arch and go to the mists that way.
Yeah.
So,
but you have to know to go there, so.
Yeah. I agree that they don't need to give rewards for leveling. I do like the idea of having the splash screen for leveling, though.
Yeah.
It does help clarify the changes that occur then. Oh, what else did I have? I agree with you in that I hope that we'll still be able to play the story 1 through 10 from level 1 through 10. And then I do think that it's fair to stop at level 10 and wait till there's a 15 or 20 to unlock the next one. Because again, with my friend, I'm constantly chasing her down and playing tank for her. Like, I've actually had to switch characters because we walked into a mission. I went, "You didn't check the level of this mission, did you?" And she's level 10 and we're in a level 15 mission. Because they don't make it really clear about what level the missions are.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't really say one way or another.
Yeah.
So we'll really have to just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that they are going to use their story journal for that sort of stuff, but yeah, I guess depends on how they gate that.
Thank you, Guy. Says we have 594, not 593 subscribers. Well, that's exciting. And Alu says they're assuming their potential player base is less smart than that. They're assuming their potential player base is less than smart, and that really bothers me. Some of them maybe, but to assume the majority is a different story.
Yeah, some of the direction though, like I can understand the direction thing though, for sure. Because like the Norn, you have to go around to the top of a mountain.
Right.
And if you just follow the markers on the map, you end up on the corpse of Isomir, wondering where the hell to go. Like, there's no, like, all they need on the big map is the arrow pointing you, but yeah. Some better pointers can definitely be used.
And then you have this devs have a sense of humor, jellyfish for race. I'm gonna talk about this.
That was me wandering in the forums. Someone posted, it was, it seriously sounded like they were being very, very serious. Somehow they ended up being transformed into a jellyfish on land. They said the next race should be a jellyfish. And like they actually had a little argument about it. And what did the dev say? The dev actually said, instead of just saying like, "Are you insane?" they said, "Who would you cast as the jellyfish's voice actor?"
Oh, that's rough.
Who would you cast as the jellyfish voice actor?
Tom Kenny, the guy that does SpongeBob. That's my choice. because I feel like he probably did the jellyfish in SpongeBob when they have voices, and I'm happy with those. So, yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
I have no idea. I'm terrible with actor names.
All right. Well, fair enough
But,
then.
yeah.
Morgan Freeman on helium, Alec Cardelina says. Oh, that was the next comment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
That would be something. I don't even know how that would go. Got Edward Ulrich's voice, Alan Rickman, the guy who does Meatwad for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Why not Zoidberg? John Cleese. This person says, I hope Mordremoth will have the voice of Tywin Lannister. And then they start Gilbert Gottfried, Sting. Imagining Zoidberg voicing a jellyfish and saying some of the typical sort of Guild Wars 2 lines just made my day. Actually, I think imagining Zoidberg saying anything is great. World of Warcraft has pandas, so Guild Wars needs jellyfish voiced by Zoidberg. Did somebody actually... Hang on. Oh. I'm gonna take this! It was a SpongeBob... It was the SpongeBob Jellyfish Jam episode, and they're saying that needs to be the intro video for that. So that's a thing. Apparently, Alejandro says Morgan Freeman on helium is a thing on YouTube that you can find.
Oh, really? I wonder if it's done by that really good Morgan Freeman impersonator. He does like true facts about this or that animal, and he always does it in the Morgan Freeman voice.
I have not seen that. I'll have to look that up.
I even posted one about koalas.
Sure you did, and I just probably didn't see it. So, oh, don't be sad. Yeah.
Oops.
So lots of Maurice LaMarche, James Earl Jones. Yeah. All right. So that sounds interesting. I would love to see that. I would love Jellyfish Race. I just want a new race, new personal story. And last, we're actually coming up to the end here.
Uh-oh.
So you better color fast. So we have a Guild Wars 2 Craft Corner that Son put together for me. So I will post this link. This is from Zazb or Zazb on DeviantArt. This is a Norn in the South. What would you call that? A Sorn? Guild Wars 2 fan art by Norn Elementalist Thorgrima. That's actually a pretty nice art. I like it a lot, actually. Looks like some flame gauntlets. Yeah.
I should take a look at it. I was looking at so many. Yeah, I also really like the texture to it. The fact that they showed like their original sketchbook and then they have obviously digitally colored it.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept the original line art, and the fact that they sort of show the hint of a background in behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause you can tell she's in dry top.
Right.
But it's all rough and stuff, and yeah, the mixed media with the moleskin is quite popular right now, but this is definitely one of the best that I've seen. I really like it.
No, I didn't even realize
and it's just anatomically well done.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that it was on a notebook. It's pretty neat. Look at that. Like, I thought it was all digital, but now I can see the actual moleskin notebook in the background there. It's pretty neat. I like it a lot, actually. So go watch. Watch, right? That's what it is?
Yep.
Zazb. Z-A-Z, capital B. on DeviantArt to see more awesome artwork like this. So she actually has a bunch of other. I see a Norn Elemental, a different Norn Elementalist on there. She has quite a few Guild Wars related ones, and I see some other custom art. This looks like Dungeons and Dragons. I see some Avatar. I think some Wildstar in there as well. I don't even know what that is. So yeah, go check that out. Check her or him out. Okay, I gave you as much time as I could trying to stall there at the end.
I know.
Are you done? Do you have much left?
I can stop now.
Do you have anything else that you want to say before we come to an end here?
Can you guess what this is?
Well, that looks like some lettuce. Writing down in a Chronicles of Tyria logo book. Is that a lettuce prophecy?
Yes!
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love it. That actually may go on a shirt. Right like it is. I might make that into a shirt. Hashtag lettuce prophecies. People, don't let that hashtag die. Oh, Alice says it looks like a bad salad joke. Oh man, Alu, you slay me.
That has to go on the back with the logo.
I was gonna make a bad salad joke.
You need to put Alu's sentence there on the back of the t-shirt.
It looks like a bad salad joke?
Yes.
Okay, folks, you just watched a t-shirt get designed live. Right here. That's happening. Alu, you seriously made my night. That's awesome. Also, Alu, I'm gonna put this out there. You need to get White to upload, or you need to upload those pictures of you and I in costume.
Yes.
From Dragon Con, please.
I was looking for them.
They're on White's camera. So. Whoa. What happened? You put a link there and it just disappeared.
What?
I thought Alu put a link there and it just disappeared.
Oh.
Oh wait, hold on, she says. We're holding on, folks. Lettuce prophecies. So that was a pretty good. I have to start that back up. Remind me next week to start picking random fruit or other things to just give away 500 of on each podcast, because people loved that. It was such a weird thing.
I was just losing my mind giggling when I was listening to that. Yes, that was the podcast I made too yesterday on my watch list.
Okay, gotcha.
That was 106. Oh, and then when
look,
I was waiting for you, then
it's there. It's a thing. She put it on the Chronicles of Tyria Tumblr, which is a thing that we have.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's us. I wish I didn't have time to finish everything that I wanted to finish with my armor. I also lost my sunglasses the second day we were there, which was kind of a bummer. So that sucked.
That hammer looks amazing,
Yeah.
and so does Monsoon.
Yeah. Or I have to get her to send me that. We're gonna cast that out of resin, out of clear blue resin, so we can put lights in it. It already has 60 notes. It's one from her phone. Yeah, look, Gw2 fan art likes it. A whole bunch of people like it. Look at all these people that like it. Alu, that's awesome. You're gonna have to send those to me, and I will put them so I can steal them and put them on my own personal, and we can put them on your also. We'll just whore out those pictures everywhere. Yeah, actually, here, let's stay right there.
You guys got Cold Gorgeous.
We did?
By Ellie Nico. Yeah.
Oh.
Grown, why aren't you beautiful people ever cosplaying at the cons my Sylvari group is at?
Oh yeah,
You're
Alu
so
apparently got a lot of
gorgeous.
call out for the commander tag as well, from people walking around. I actually have my own. Mine's in a bag. I didn't have a headband to put it on with, and like I said, I lost my orange shades like the second day. They fell out of my Captain N pocket. But yeah, I'm actually, get this, folks. I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna redo my entire Guild Wars armor. And I'm gonna forge it out of metal. rather than foam. I'm doing it. I looked up anvils today. I'm gonna buy an anvil and I'm gonna forge that out of
You're
steel.
seriously gonna?
I'm gonna forge it out of steel.
You're gonna put it? Those things weigh a ton.
Well, no. The anvil I'm looking for is only a 9-pound anvil. I don't need anything big. Funny story. At work today, I was talking about how I need to find an anvil, and I said, I don't even know where you go to get an anvil, and without missing a beat, my coworker goes, the Acme store. What are you, stupid? And I lost it. It was...
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yes, and Alu did find a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos while walking around with her Dorito. So that was pretty epic. Also, stay right here. Look, here, I got the hammers right over here. Light. Boom. Hammer. Can't even get it in frame, it's so big. There we go. Genesis. Didn't get to make it light up. Didn't get to finish it. I put the handle because like the hour before I left, it was just a hammerhead, and then I put the handle on like right before I left. So there was plans to make this whole thing light up, and it was gonna have switches in it. Actually, I was gonna have it stick to my back too, but it's way too heavy. Also, I was going to try to make this out of metal too when I go to reforge my armor, and my wife and Alu said when you make it out of metal is when it crosses the line from a prop to a weapon. So apparently it's just gonna stay in its foam iteration, but yeah. So I'm glad that people liked it. That's awesome. We are gonna have to put this all over the place. Also, I have something. You can't even see it in the picture. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some stuff because it's fun. Yeah, fun times.
Where should I put this?